Hey VC, Matt here, back with a solo video. This is actually a long overdue VCLT thank you video to quite a few people. One of the coolest things I think about the VC is VCLT, and I don't mean just receiving it, which is cool on its own, but definitely giving. That's a big part of it, and I love watching other people's VCLT videos where they're unboxing something that they've been given, or they're just showing what they received from another VC member. I love those videos. I know Chris over at Dixieland Farm has mentioned before that for whatever reason VCLT videos seem to get the least amount of views, and while it's not about the views for me or for anybody else necessarily, it's just that's the cool part about this group is how kind everybody is and how generous they are by sending out records to each other. And with that said, something that I think is really cool in watching those and seeing how kind people are, I have to apologize for making this so late. I really have been given some very cool stuff from a lot of very cool people that I consider friends, that I got to know through the VC, that I've gotten to know better through different groups on Facebook and things like that. And they deserve the recognition for sending out some really cool records. So we're going to jump right into this and show you what I've gotten over the last couple months from some people. First up is some stuff from Pierboots from the Netherlands. I'll put everybody's YouTube channel links down below in the description, so be sure to check out their channels. Lots of cool goodies here. Sent me some 7-inches. This is the Stray Cats Runaway Stops backed with My One Desire. And this is Percy Sledge, I'll Be Your Everything backed with Walking in the Sun. I love the sleeve on this one. This is a Manfred Mann track, but it's actually played by Rob Hoke R&B group. I probably mispronounced his name horribly there, but just kind of some covers of Manfred Mann tunes. So cool stuff there. This one is really cool. This is The Exception. Not even going to try to pronounce the Dutch track names there, but this is a really cool kind of pop rock single. Really dug this. And probably my favorite 45 that he sent me. This is the Shangri-La's Leader of the Pack backed with Past, Present, and Future. It's on Mercury, and it's a European release, so it has the cool 45 adapter, I guess you'd call it, in the 45 itself, not like the US releases, which just have the big hole. So I think that's really cool. Some really cool 7-inches there. And then he also sent me some LPs. The first LP is essential to any collection. If you collect vinyl, you have to have this. This is Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass, Whipped Cream and Other Delights, the iconic cover art, of course. And wrote me a little note on the back here. No, seriously, this is a really clean copy of this. I don't think it's a Dutch press. I think it's either a UK or a German press. I can't remember right off the top of my head, but this is a super clean copy. This is actually going to replace my old thrift store copy that I have. So, yeah, some cool stuff there. And this is the Best of the Maskers. I will not try to pronounce anything in Dutch. I don't want to insult Peter or his people. So, just some kind of cool pop rock, Dutch pop rock. It was really cool stuff. I enjoyed this quite a bit, actually. Another one with a cool cover. These Dutch albums have some really cool cover art here. This is the Cats Aglow. Again, just some kind of pop rock from the Deutschland. But this was enjoyable stuff. Really catchy, full of hooks. Really cool stuff. I like this one quite a bit. And this was definitely my favorite of the bunch that he sent. This is the T-Set with T5. If you're not familiar with this group, definitely check them out on YouTube. Definitely worth a listen. Ma Belle and Me was their big hit. I think it even charted in the US. But really cool stuff. And again, just cool cover art. And I love these European covers. They're a little bit flimsier, but really high gloss. Really cool stuff. So Peter, thank you again. I know I've talked to you on Facebook since then, but sorry for the long overdue thanks, but super generous, loved it all. They've gotten some regular playtime here on the turntable, so thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And the next few albums that I have to show, these came from Wes over at his channel name is Super Wes. One of the nicest guys that I've met in the VC. And I've really enjoyed kind of getting to know him through his videos and comments there and on Facebook as well. So let's show what I got from Wes. This is actually an album that was on my want list. This was from the Electra 4000 series. This is the Rainbow Band. It's a duo of a couple Native Americans, I believe, with some really cool folks, like really floaty, kind of ethereal, deep folks. Like this was really good, and I forgot to pull them out, but Wes also burnt me some CDs of what he sent with kind of the album covers printed on them and stuff. Really cool. totally meant to pull those out and forgot, but this is well worth checking out if you're at all into folk psych. And another one from Wes off my want list. This is the Soul Survivors. When the Whistle Blows, Anything Goes with the Soul Survivors. Fantastic album. Blue-eyed soul, pop rock, just goodness. Really good, sugary, poppy, soulful goodness here. Fantastic album. The big hit off of here was Expressway to Your Heart. Definitely check that one out on YouTube. It's fantastic. Great, great album. And the last one from Wes, this is Jack Bruce, Songs for a Tailor. Jack Bruce, of course, from Cream, and just a fantastic musician all around. This is a little bit proggy, which isn't usually my thing, but it's really, really good. I actually enjoyed this album much more than I thought I was going to. Really, really, really liked this album. So Wes, thank you again. Seriously, really, really great package. Loved everything that you sent me, and kind of went above and beyond with the CDs that you sent as well. Loved having those CD copies to take in my car, and I put them on my computer, so they're on there digitally now as well. And seriously, way too kind, way too generous. I really appreciate it. It's been great getting to know you as well, and hope to keep getting to know you better through here as well. So thanks again. And the next 3 albums I have are from Zack, Zeke Geek, who has a fantastic channel. Zeke has an insane collection, tons of sight goodness, kind of collects a little bit of everything. He's into jazz, he's into country, so if you're into it, he's into it as well. You definitely need to check out his channel. He has some crazy finds, and I've really gotten to know him over on Facebook as well, and he sent me a package not too long ago, probably a month and a half or so ago, and kind of blew me away. The first album, I was actually talking to my friend Sam that day about Dr. John, and my friend Sam really loves In the Right Place, Wrong Time, that single, and I got home and had a package from Zeke and opened it up, and this was right on top. This is Dr. John in the Right Place, and I love that cover. It's phenomenal. Really, really big Dr. John fan. This is kind of, not his psychedelic period. This is him getting into that funk and soul kind of stuff, and just top notch. I mean, just fantastic album. Definitely well worth seeking out, and yeah, just awesome, awesome stuff. And next up from Zeke, this is Black Pearl, self-titled album on Atlantic. This is like psych funk, psych soul. Kind of has like a Hendrix feel to it with the guitar playing, lots of fuzz, cool guitar tones, really, really good stuff. White Devil and Mr. Soul Satisfaction are 2 really killer tracks on this album. Definitely well worth tracking down, find it on YouTube. Crazy stuff. Loved this. This was good stuff. And the last one from Zack is a major, major holy grail for me. This is the West Coast Pop Art Experimental Band Part 1. I couldn't believe that he included this in the package. This is not a very cheap album online. Condition on this, I mean, it's not great, and he kind of let me know, it's a little beat up, but it plays through great. It really does. There's some snap, crackle, and pop on a couple tracks, but nothing that's too annoying or anything like that on the tracks. So fantastic, fantastic psych rock. This album is a little bit different. I have Volume 2, which is just deep psych, and this one kind of goes back and forth from some kind of garagey type stuff to some kind of straight pop rock on a couple tracks to that deep psych. Help I'm a Rock, Frank Zappa cover on here is the deepest that they get on this album, and it's really, really good. Well worth seeking out this album as well. So Zack, thank you, man. Seriously, crazy package, tons of goodies in there. I need to hit you back. I'm trying to find stuff for you, man, but what do you get the guy who's got everything? But no, really, seriously, thank you very much. Super appreciate it. Way too kind, way too generous, and just, yeah, more proof that the VC is an awesome place. This next one is actually a trade I did with Jerry Schempp. Jerry's a cool dude of the highest order. He's a big Avett Brothers fan, and he knows that I'm a big Avett Brothers fan, and he kind of reached out to me right around Christmas, I would say, and let me know that he had an extra copy of the Avett Brothers' Four Thieves Gone, which is not a cheap album at all. If you collect Avett Brothers stuff, if you're familiar with their work, this album, this is the black vinyl version, 3 LP set, limited to 500. They have pink and gray versions as well. They're limited to 50, and Jerry has a gray version, so he was willing to kind of let this go. He cut me a huge deal on this. I don't know, I sent him 4 or 5 albums, I really can't remember, and trade for this, and I was more than happy to do that. And I hope, Jerry, that you were satisfied with what I sent. I know we talked about it ahead of time and stuff, but seriously, this is a grail, and just blown away at at your generosity, man. Seriously, you could have flipped this on eBay for a pretty penny and instead took some albums from me instead, and I really do appreciate it. And you know, growing that Avett Brothers collection, which was always awesome. So, Jerry, thank you, man. Vibe on. And this last deck, I mean, this is seriously so embarrassing with how long I've let this go on without making a video thanking people, but really gotten to know Bo, Earhead6, really well through our comments on here and through Facebook, text back and forth quite a bit, and we've been sending each other a lot of stuff over the past 6, 7, 8 months, and I've got a little stack here to show, and it's seriously so embarrassing how big the stack is that I haven't shown, but start things off here. A couple reissues that he sent me. This is the Small Faces from the beginning. Bo's a big Small Faces fan, and I think he found an original of this album, so he was willing to kind of send this one along as reissue, and I love the Small Faces. Fantastic stuff here. And he was also lucky enough to find an original of this album. This is the 13th Floor Elevators, the psychedelic sounds of the 13th Floor Elevators. So he sent me his reissue copy. It's on Sundays. It's a mono copy, which is really cool. Just essential for Psych fans. Originals of this are really pricey. He got his for like 25 bucks at a record show, which is just insane. But yeah, if you're a Psych collector and don't want to pony up for an original, seek out the reissue. This was actually really a nice, clean sounding copy, nice and crisp, and I really liked the mono mix of this. This was cool. This is the Viceroys at Granny's pad. This is from Bo's neck of the woods out in the Pacific Northwest area. These guys are kind of a garagey, sort of instrumental rock group. Really cool stuff. I actually enjoyed this quite a bit. I'm more of a Psych guy than I am a garage guy, but I do like a lot of garage rock as well. Don't tend to find it a lot around here though, for some reason. So, and it's rich in Bo's neck of the woods. They had some great garage rock up in that area. So sometimes he'll find stuff and send my way, and I'm glad he sent this one. This one's a tough one to find around this area. This is the Box Tops Cry Like a Baby. And Bo found a nice cheap copy and sent my way. Box Tops featured, of course, Alex Chilton, who later went on to Big Star fame. Had a big hit with The Letter, Neon Rainbow, their first album. Yeah, and this was just kind of more in line with that album as well. Just some kind of cool garage-influenced pop rock. Really good stuff. Then we have the Rose Garden. This is their self-titled album. Kind of folky, poppy rock. You know, maybe a little bit of Psych flourishes here and there, but mainly just kind of folk pop. Their big hit was Next Plane to London, and I will not make your ears bleed by singing that. Just look it up on YouTube. If you hear it, you'll probably know it. It gets played on classic rock radio quite a bit. But this is a cool listen, really fun album. I like this quite a bit, and that cover art is awesome. We've got some heavy hitters. This is the Rolling Stones' Aftermath. Just a classic album, essential for any collection, any vinyl collection. Just phenomenal. Paint It Black, of course, the big hit on here, but some great tracks all around. Other than this copy, I've actually never seen a copy in any record store. This is a nice, clean copy of that cover. Hardly any ringwear on there. So, Bo, really thank you for this one. This is awesome. Then another heavy hitter. This is the Yardbirds. Having a rave up with the Yardbirds. Fantastic stuff. I've really gotten to appreciate the Yardbirds more over the last year or so. Really dig their stuff. Smokestack Lightning, kind of a blues standard on here, but their cover of it is top notch. Really like this a lot. Yeah, this is not really a cheap album either. So Bo, very generous of you to send this along, man. Really appreciate it. Then another grail from Bo. This is the Standell's Dirty Water. Fantastic stuff. I knew the title track, but didn't know much of the rest of the album. And this is phenomenal, like garage psych. You know, kind of a garage rocker, the title track. And there's a couple of tracks that are like that, but some of them have some really nice psychedelic flourishes on them, and that kind of surprised me. And I really enjoyed this album, start to finish, front to back. Just a monster of an album. This is fantastic stuff. And again, not a cheap one, so very generous Bo. Super generous all around. Thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate it. It's been great getting to know you on YouTube and on Facebook and other means, and I really appreciate our friendship. And seriously, you're way too generous, man. Way too kind. I don't even know what to say. There's no words for you or for anybody else that sent this stuff. Peter, Zach, Wes, Jerry, Bo, all of you guys, thank you so much. This is seriously so embarrassing how long it's been since I've had some of these. But thank you guys so much. VC, thank you for watching. I appreciate it as always, and we'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.